Hey KJ, it's David Hood, man. Hope you're doing okay.
What's going on, boss?
Not much, man. Listen, just wanted to catch up with you. Are you taking on more of a role as a team leader this season after seeing you in the March in June, and it looked like other players were kind of gravitating to you? It looks like you're one of the voices on the defense now.
Yeah, I definitely say I feel like I've been a leader since I've been here in some fashion or another. But my leadership role has definitely grown this year. I'm starting to see that, and I'm loving the influence I have with the guys. I feel like they respect me, respect what I do out here, and so I'm just trying to give back and really just teach what I've been taught. But definitely feel like my leadership role has grown this year for sure.
What did participating in that march and kind of putting yourself out there, what did that teach you? What did you learn from it? What did you take from it?
That meant the world to me. I tell so many people that that was the best thing I've done since I've been here, football, non-football wise. That was awesome just to see, number one, all of us be on the same page, because that's the first thing. You can't expand a message if it's not on the same track internally. And so that was awesome to see within our house, and really just seeing the community come together. I felt like it was great influence. I just was happy for, I feel like how I represented my family, definitely my grandpa, my grandma. I know they love stuff like that, and just saw that what we stood up for, and it was an honor to be a part of that and help lead that. And I'm just glad. It had been a thought in my mind, but I'm so glad Mike and D Ranch and Trev and Cornell came through with that. I thought it was awesome, and like I said, hands down the best thing I've been a part of since I've been here. So I was just glad we were able to do something, and hopefully we continue to do so.
AJ, have you guys had any talks about having anything else, any other kind of march or anything? I know some NBA obviously had the protests, and some other teams around the country have done some things. Have you guys had any talks about doing anything else?
Yes, we have talked about it. We don't have anything set in stone, but we've thrown some ideas around, kind of in house right now. But it's an ongoing conversation. It's not something that will ever stop. We can't let it stop. Everybody's saying it's different this time, and if it is, then we got to really, really be action and show that it's different this time. All we can control is our actions, and I feel like this team is doing a great job of that. Leadership, like I said, is doing a great job of taking that role, and we definitely going to talk about some things and got some things in plan moving forward.
AJ, how's XT doing right now, and is he getting better, and is he getting better in shape and stuff?
X is doing good from what I've seen. I can't really speak on how he's feeling. Obviously, I'd be with you guys and him. But from my standpoint, he's been great. And brothers for life. So I see him in the practice, out of practice. It's always good with us. Always good with us.
KJ Lawton Swan with Clemson Sports.
How much has he helped you? How much has he helped you in practice and kind of be ready for the season?
He's helped me since day one. We've been competitors since we got here. Just feeding off each other, giving each other tips. It's not practice, not this year. It's been since we stepped on the field. He's helped me in my entire journey, made me a better player all around, helped me see things, and just helped me grow. So, like I said, it's been an all-around game that X has helped me.
KJ Lawton Swan with Clemson Sports Talk. You've grown up around this game. What has your dad told you about this season, just in terms of, the expectations going in and the way you should handle yourself?
My dad's been in my corner, been great since day one. It's one of those things where he's raised me. My parents have raised me so well. I can honestly say they just trust me. And that's not to say I'm perfect by any means, but they definitely have trust in me. And I just ask them questions whenever I have them, and they give me their honest answer. But as far as the expectations or anything like that, it's always been just do the best that I can and have fun with it. But as far as, representing my family and stuff, I've gained their trust to the utmost, and that's just based off how they raised me. So it's been easy from there.
Hey,
KJ,
Josh,
Brad Cinco
Clemson
from
Charger.
Clemson.com.
You said,
KJ,
go
I wanted to ask you,
Go ahead, Brad.
where have you grown the most? You're heading to your third year now at Clemson. Where have you grown the most on and off the field?
On the field, I definitely say physically. Coming in here, I was the best basketball crossover to a football player in the country, hands down. But I just had to build up my body and get more confidence in that. And so that's easily what I can say I've grown in. And just mentally, too, just the playbook and experience, being here over the years. That always comes with knowledge and time. So I'd say first physically and two, just the playbook and the knowledge of the game. Off the field, I feel like I've grown in ways just kind of like I feel like America's grown, over this time of quarantine, just, self-growth, trying to find myself, like I said earlier, grow as a leader, and just be the best I can be as influential as I can be in my time here, and being able to use the platform as much as I can, because it's not here forever. But at the same time, I know, God put me on this earth to give his message in ways that I could do it in hopefully a positive light. And so I've just been able to grow that, through Paul Journey, my position group, really just the culture here, just been able to grow my all-around self. So it's been great off the field just as it has on.
Hey, KJ, Josh from the Post-Courier. You said, in terms of trying to find yourself, what are some of those avenues that you've gone down to try to do that?
Yes, Paul Journey being one of them. Definitely one of the reasons I even committed here. Just such a great organization, and they're so behind the scenes. There's so many things that Jeff Davis and his staff does that the public doesn't get to see, but it shines on us, and it's just so awesome because they give us the confidence to really just take on the world. So I definitely have to say that first. Like I said earlier, it's just helped me become a more well-rounded person, and then just like I said, the culture. It speaks for itself. It's so cliche because as a recruit, you're like, there's no way it's still like that. That's the talk to all high school football players. It's not like that when you get there. And I love it because that's exactly how it is when you get here. It doesn't change. It's great guys, great competitors, great athletes, and above us is some great men. So overall, it's just been great.
And to follow up, you said there could be more things you and your teammates do in terms of activism. Could that potentially be? Could that manifest on game day, perhaps?
Sorry, say that again. A Gatorade cart was going by.
Yeah, all good. You said there could be more ways for you guys to be activists and channel that activism. Could that potentially happen on game day?
Excuse me. That's a possibility. It's something, like I said, we talked about, but there's nothing set in stone. Discussion of things like that were put in today, but like I said, I can't speak too in depth on it because we haven't come to a team consensus on the decision. But definitely a possibility for sure.
KJ, Brad again. I wanted to ask you about what's going on with the defensive line in terms of rotation. Do you have an idea of how many players are going to play when the game gets going here in about 12 days? And is it going to be kind of a heavy rotation? Do you expect a lot of different players to work in?
Dude, being here, I expect everybody to play. I know that's how we're preparing. Everybody should be ready to play from the top to bottom, side to side. That's what we expect of ourselves. Honestly, that's probably not the answer you want, but it's the truth. The way we study, the way we work guys after practice, and things like that. That's what we expect everybody to be ready for that moment. So that's kind of what I'm expecting when the game comes around.
AJ, what have you seen from Miles out there, and what has he done that's impressed you so far in camp?
Miles was nothing like me when I came in. He couldn't have been a good basketball player because he's too big. That dude is a freak of nature, to say the least. And one day I want to be a football coach, but I'm sitting over here as a teammate like, dang, where do we find this kid? Because he is awesome. He's so smart, a great kid, and he's going to be special this year, man. He's so strong and long and explosive and loves the game and just wants to get better every day. I can only say good things about him. So I'm excited for his opportunity. Getting to meet his family and stuff makes it more personal. So he's going to be great for us this season.
KJ, this is Grace Rayner from The Athletic. I know you're obviously on the defensive side, but as someone who has spent a lot of time around Trevor Lawrence, what is your best Trevor offseason story?
Woo! Best question all day. Dang, I kind of wish I was prepared for it because I really want to embarrass him right now. I cannot think of anything off the top of my head. I know as far as day-to-day practice, we're always talking junk to each other. Of course, the rule is you can't hit the quarterback in practice, so it's all fantasy for me. But I give him the business no matter what. Anytime I get a hand on the ball, I'm chasing him down, anything like that, he's going to hear from me. So can't think of nothing off the top of the head, but if I do, I'll give it back.
Hey, KJ, it's David again. Go back to those freshmen, Brian Bresee, Devontae Capehart, Trey. Is this as impressive a freshman group and adding Miles into that as you've ever seen?
Heck yes. I see why this is our first number one recruiting class, if I'm not mistaken. These boys are some ballers. And from side to side, man, these boys can play, strong, physical. And like I said, 3 years ago, I'd be so jealous. Y'all wouldn't see me up here because these boys are taking my spot. So I'm glad I got some years on them because they are some ball players and physically ready. And, you know, the mental side has grown since they've all gotten here. And like I said, I can only speak good things about them because they've really been balling, working. And the God-given talent is definitely there.
What have you seen from Brian Bresee?
Brian is the slow. No, I'm just kidding. Brian's a freak of nature, man. Him and Miles, like I said, Miles, all those guys, crazy. But y'all seen it in high school. We talk about it all the time. I hate to knock his competition, but he got to come to North Carolina if we're gonna give him some competition because that was crazy up there. We felt like we was gonna have to call the cops or something. That had to be abuse. But he's transferring and doing some of those same things on this level. Brian is an animal to say the least, and gonna be another great player for us.